just start, and I'll say, this is Whiskey Buds. I'm Kurt, and to my right here is...
You said, I'm Kurt.
Yeah, I did, actually. I'm Kurt.
This is Billy.
Yeah.
I'm Billy.
Yeah, it's whatever it is.
I got to call you out on the line.
On any of that? Yeah. It's all right. All right. We all know that, scotches like to come in these nice tins. This one today is the Balvenie, and this is more of like their usual expression. We've had a Balvenie on the show. What did we say, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, we thought it was good. We had the single barrel that Billy had brought. Oh, wow. There it goes.
Testing your strength there, huh?
Yeah,
Well, that's because it's a double wood. What's that mean?
Double wood means they aged it in two separate casks, or two different types of casks. One is ex-bourbon casks to start with, and I didn't see if they age the whiskey that they still distill, right? If they put it in the two different casks and then they blend it afterward, which many of them will do, or if they literally age it in the bourbon casks and then move it over to the other casks. Now, the other casks are English.
I think I can answer that question for you.
Okay.
Because it says many years of
maturation.
Words are hard. In traditional whiskey, and then the next one says further maturation in European.
Okay,
so that would mean they would take it out of one.
Out of one and put it in the other, yeah. And that's right. European...
oak sherry casks.
European oak sherry casks.
Okay, so get back to what you were saying.
The bourbon casks to the European oak sherry casks. So that's why it's double wood.
The first one says vanilla spiciness.
Okay.
And then the next one adds fruity and honeyed depths.
And that's going to be the sherry. So vanilla with fruity honeyed depths.
So many years, and then they don't say.
No, and it says it's a 12-year.
Oh. I was just looking at this while you're talking there, and they have like so many different fonts on this.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Like from the date, that's one font, and then the single malt, that's one. The Balvenie's one. That's a different one. They're just they just got very creative with that.
Yeah, just depending on what they're trying to say.
Does the bottle?
There's a better font to reiterate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This good label to look at while you're sipping your whiskey.
It is, right?
Try to figure it all out. Which fonts are the same? Which are
I think you should spend more time figuring out the whiskey than the fonts.
Well, maybe it's your second bottle and you already figured out the whiskey.
Yeah. Okay, so on the first bottle, figure out the whiskey. Second bottle, you can work on the fonts and do some homework.
You remember back in the 80s? They didn't have cell phones. You'd be in the bathroom, like, reading the shampoo bottle. It's like, I need something to do in here.
Yeah. That's why everybody kept magazines on the back of the back of the toilet.
All right, what are we doing here?
We're drinking whiskey, I thought.
Oh, right, whiskey show.
But apparently we're talking about what you do in the restroom.
Okay, that vanilla is
before the advent of cell phones.
That vanilla is pretty strong, isn't it? Do you get that?
I am. Like, I'm getting more ethanol in this one than I was even out of that last week's one. But, yeah, I think it's carrying that vanilla through there.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, and it said fruity and honeyed.
Yeah, sweetness.
Now,
was that on the scents or was that on the tastes?
It must be on the taste because I'm not smelling.
Yeah. I mean, it smells good.
I don't know. Maybe the honey is kind of what brings out the vanilla. Like makes it a little bit more
carrying the vanilla
stronger. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's try it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm having a hard time picking up the fruity. Maybe on the finish.
Oh yeah, there the honey is. No, the fruit. No, the honey. I don't know.
The honey, the fruit.
It's a little sweeter. It's a little sweeter.
They're fighting each other in the back of your mouth, vying for your attention, huh?
Yeah. Okay. The fruity's in there. It's like popping around, popping up, going away, like
bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, bobbing and weaving
around the honey flavor. The honey drops his guard, and here comes the fruit with a left hook.
It's like hiding behind the vanilla. Right?
And the vanilla's the ref. He's just watching the whole thing, like,
yeah.
Or he's the ring. The vanilla's the ring that they're fighting on.
Okay, you're getting some.
So, are you understanding this metaphor of like a vanilla underlayer with these different interplays of the honey and the fruit?
I lost you a referee.
I had to change the metaphor because I realized the ref wasn't as good a metaphor as being the ring.
Well, kind of. You're watching the fight, and like the referee blocks the punch, and you're like, ah, what happened? So
the ref gets knocked out. Ref, stay out of the way. Oh man, I think that's an apt description to it.
Kinda.
We got a vanilla ring.
No, I like the ref. I like the ref because I feel like he needs to get out of the way a little bit and let some of this fruitiness and honey come out a little bit because the vanilla is kind of overpowering to me. How about the spiciness? You got that?
Just a hint of it, like
sometimes the spiciness and the ethanol burn kind of
blend,
are confusing, right?
Yeah. You're not sure which one you're getting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling about on this one.
Yeah,
it's a decent drinker.
It is.
Especially if you like those, the vanilla flavor with some sweetness in it, and not a high proof, right? Like it's
43%.
Yeah. There's a little chunk floating in the bottom.
Is there? Part of the cork?
Oh, maybe.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm gonna cut in here for a minute. Balvenie, for the record, is one of the few distilleries in Scotland that still grows its own barley. Still has its own malting floors where they'll malt the barley, and still employs their own team of cooperage, right? Which are the ones who do the barrels. The guys who make the barrels. So that way, it is really a lot of basically from grain to glass in one distillery, essentially.
So are these guys like celebrities in Scotland that do this?
I think so.
Like, are they like pretty?
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, maybe not celebrity, but like, are they like pretty held at a kind of like
a higher level?
Esteemed? Like, are they?
I would have no idea.
That really gets better over time as it kind of just
sits.
Mm-hmm.
Does like the spice kind of mellows out and like different flavors start to come in.
Yeah, so this
that's where I was like smelling again and
slow drinker, right? I kind of feel like I can. The more I focus on one of the flavors, the more it kind of comes out.
Bring it out, okay.
Like the honey versus the vanilla versus the fruit. Like if I try to focus on looking for that flavor, like especially in the aftertaste.
All right.
It's like kind of a mind game. It's not bad though. Not bad.
It's pretty good. Cheers, everybody. Join us next week.
See you.